Welcome back to another review, this time for the anime Farming Life in Another World Season 2, which had 12 episodes and was airing in spring of 2026. Synopsis on any list. The second season of Farming Life in Another World. Thank you. Very descriptive. Now, in the first season, we had our guy, our protagonist, reincarnate into this world. He just wants a chill life with an idyllic farm, and he doesn't really want to stress too much. And that is what he gets. He starts a little village while a lot of people come to the village to live there because he's able to produce food, and that is how the story starts. The show is mostly about comedy, so there is a little bit action, but mostly for the laughs. In this season, we also get to acquire new residents. We have different races that come and join the villages. We started expanding into more villages to have enough room for the people that are supposed to come, because in the first season we heard that there is some conflict going on and there could be refugees coming, so that is why we prepared new villages that are essentially like part of our village, like a smaller version. And that is essentially what we do. We just enjoy life, get new people, new friends, new characters that get introduced. We have a little bit comedy, a little bit fun here. We also have a little bit of action every now and then. And that is mostly the show. It is mostly focused on comedy, a little bit of action. Not really romance, because we don't need to. This is one of the things I really like, because this is one of the few shows where our main character has started a family. Not only does he have someone he likes, he also has married that person, and he has a child, which I feel like is unheard of in most of these stories. Isekai protagonist with a child? Oh my god. But it's mostly about comedy and the situation. We naturally get involved in all kinds of situations. However, even though for normal folk it would be dangerous, for our group, I mean, our guy is pretty strong. He's surrounded by insanely strong people, so what is normally considered dangerous for our people is like, you know, a walk in the park. I do like that we got a couple hints of like background story or lore, I would say. Some of the characters we get introduced to, the whole story around how we get them to join us, we get a little bit of lore that there is, you know, there's like these demigods as example. We get some lore about that. There's some really strong persons that lived like 1,000 years ago or so. And we also get some story or lore about that. And it's like, there's a little bit lore every now and then for the world, but we never really dive deeper into it. It's just like a taste of lore, a taste of, hey, there could be more to the story. Because overall, this show doesn't really have a big overarching story. The story essentially is for our guy, hey, I just want to chill. And everyone that comes to him is like, we want to chill. Welcome to the village. We are essentially friends with everyone. I don't really know if there's anyone that is not friendly with our guy. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't need to always fight the demon lord, or we need like a destiny to fulfill. We need a hero. That is not the point. However, we do get teased a little bit of lore of other characters that I would like. As an example, there's a king that made a very strong, a very powerful building, I would say. Let's classify it as a building. He made a very powerful building, and I would be like, you know, how? How did that happen? Why do we not do more of that? What kind of king was it? Again, there's like that little bit of lore where you're like, hey, that guy is interesting. Are we going to find out more about? Nope. Nope, that's all. Maybe we go and revisit him at some point. But at the moment, nah. That's all. The same with the strong being that we heard about. Is like, yeah, you know, they were really strong and they were really famous and they did a lot of cool stuff. Cool. Do we get to know more? Nah. That's all. About the demigods, yeah, and this happened and they waged a lot of wars. And it's like, okay, I mean, that one I understand why we may not get that much more information because they are officially extinct, so to say. But essentially, there is always this little bit of extra where I'm like, because sure, our guy, he's gonna be fine, he's gonna have fun, he has like, yes, dragons on his side and demons and onis and whatever you can think of, he has it on his side. Sure enough, no problem there, everything is safe. Even if stuff turns dangerous, it's like, yeah, you know, it's, you solve the problem without even acknowledging there was ever a problem. But I do really would like a little bit more of that lore, delicious little lore. But that is just me. Let's see, you're right. Animation is fine. The art style is fine. To be honest, it's mostly comedy. Comedy not really for me somehow. I do like the Dark Elves. I really enjoy those because they are fun. Apart from that, I mean, there's a lot of different comedy aspects to this, so I feel like there's always going to be something for someone. And I really like, again, that he has started a family. Now, AniList has it at 73%. My anime list at 7.35 with 15,000 users, which is a solid vote. And I would also say, like, it's a 7 out of 10. It's a fine isekai, a fine little adventure where we don't need to worry about the big overarching story. We don't really need to remember much because the characters are very prominent, or there's only one wife. There's not like multiple wives or whatever, which means that you never really need to guess who is his wife. You get, at least for me, it was really easy to get back into the show because the last one, I believe, was quite a while ago, if I remember correctly. And it was a nice little isekai adventure.